Here's how I worked so far this week on my match 3 game that I have. I have implemented a couple different things since then. I have the system of different buttons and the startup and implementation for my shop. I have additional sprites down here that load in that you can match. And I'm going to start doing some animation for Sable here real shortly this week or next week once I get the final gameplay solved. But for this week's work, I have my substance textures added in. Everything here in my scene I have a texture for. So if we hop over to my actual scene and not my board that we're looking at right now, we go to our kitchen scene here and just zoom in on that. The background is just a sprite that I am basically just using in the background, so I don't have to render in any other scenes or anything. The assets here that are in front of Sable I have made in Maya, Houdini, and ZBrush to get some different levels of detail in there and just different ways to make different things. The jars are all in Houdini. I've added in this bowl of like tongues, which I thought was kind of fun. Just another element for her to be matching with down here. And then everything here, I've done kind of a general stylized-ish texture here. Just so it all has one cohesive look. The little lizard tails here have this fun spotted pattern. The mushrooms have that same material on there, so they kind of are cohesive. And then anything that doesn't have that kind of follows the same like color scheme or color palette of a little bit more darker. And then I'm going to get the bubbling here to be working a little bit better. There's a particle system in there right now, but I'm hoping on making it go off specifically when like matches are made in my game, so we're still working on that. And then if we hit play here, I can show you what the audio looks like in my game, how I've implemented it, and then also the gameplay itself. So if we hit play, this will load up and my background music will start. So I chose something that seems a little bit nice. Let me go ahead and show you the other elements that I have. Hit on the buttons up here. There's little clicking sounds. To mimic her dropping the items in and kind of that sound of them splashing. So basically on a match of whatever item it specifically was, she's going to reach for that item and then drop it into the pot. And then the score will go up. And in a future implementation, I love to make it to where like there's certain levels, and depending on the number or specific items that get dropped into the pot, like different potions will be made, so there's a little bit more depth to the game overall, and creating different like potion types and stuff, which would be kind of fun. Audio wise though, I thought the background music kind of fit the overall scene. It's not like super poppy and bright, it's a little bit more mellow and dark a little bit just because of the witch nature of things, so I thought it fitted nicely. Might lower the tone on it a little bit. I still think it might be a little bit too loud compared to the rest of like the sound effects that are happening. The other sound effects I have are just that, the plopping music or plopping on match. The button clicks here for any of my buttons. I'm still working out some kinks on, I think you saw when I hit shop, it clicks, but when I go to exit out of that menu screen, the sound effect doesn't quite play, so we're working on that. Otherwise, the other additional sound effects, I just am missing one for when a match isn't made. I'm still debating whether or not there should be one or not. I was having a couple issues getting that to work, so right now there isn't one at the moment. I don't know if it needs it, we'll see. But going forward, we'll get a little bit more work done on this. If I hit play again too, let me go ahead and mute my scene just real fast so we can talk over this a little bit better. I have the start of a shop as well, so here I have a scriptable object that's going to load into my coins, and then I have decided to do maybe a power up, a multiplier to get you more points, and then I want to do some reskinning of my assets that I have so you can get different color schemes. I think it's a lot of fun to be able to customize your game how you want it to be. 4 is probably a little bit optimistic, but just to make my grid look nice and pretty and fill out my scene. Right now I have 4, but I might just bump it down to 2 and expand later on. Other than that, I think my game's coming along nicely. I'm excited to see where it's going. I also have this home screen, and we'll get some art made up for this probably end of next week or so, or if I get this other stuff done sooner, potentially sooner. But we can hit new game, it'll refresh, my bad, it will not refresh, it will, once I have it done correctly, refresh the score here. If you hit shuffle though, it does reset the score, but not the high score, and that implements just fine. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and excited to keep moving forward.
I also wanted to show off that I have my game working on my mobile device. It's just this tablet I have. Got that exported and built as an APK. I was going to take this chance to talk a little bit about some of the issues that I had with my gameplay and how we're working around them. In-game, you saw that everything moved really nice and smoothly. When building out to my device, though, I ran into a couple issues. So everything loads in fine, but when you go to make a match, it's just really slow. So I'm working on trying to figure out the best way to work around that, and now that I'm trying to do something, it's not working. There it goes. So it just loads in really slow. I'm not sure where the disconnect is between my Unity editor and the actual build that's happening, but that's kind of the biggest issue that I'm having, is just the delay in things, because it does make playing the game a little frustrating. But we'll do some more swiping here and just watch as it goes. And sometimes the detection feedback isn't so great. You can see me trying to swipe and it not going right away, and I don't know if that's just the delay or not. So working around that, but all my other stuff works just fine. We'll hit shop, and there it goes. Have all of the same things that I had in editor. I can hit home, and this for the most part does load pretty much at the speed you'd expect it to. I think it's just the mechanics and logic of my game that's happening that's causing a delay of sorts. So we'll further investigate what's going on there and work that out. I forgot to mention as well, I'm hoping to implement kind of like a row or column bomb type thing where you can, if you match more than 4 items, or like a connection of 4 across, or up and down, it will destroy the or not destroy the whole row at that time, but like spawn a bomb basically, and then if you swipe and connect that bomb, then that's what would destroy the row. So we're gonna start implementing that in today or tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, that's just wanted to show off that it was working, because I know it's a big step. So we'll keep play testing to here, see if I can't get this problem solved, and we'll be good to go.